We're up.
Ad. Thank you. You forgot how to speak after the Knicks lost. The Pick Central today, myself, Vibs, Hubs, Clemmer, and Big Ev. Meek in the back, Liam. We got Steve back there.
We gotta get Viv some headphones.
Oh, I'm gonna need some headphones. I gotta hear the people in the booth.
Headphones. Just want to sit here.
I want to look at Meek, but yeah, sure.
Listen, I'm just gonna give the floor to Liam. You want to just pull? You could pull up the stats now. That's one of the crazier stats I've ever seen.
977-1.
Yep. 1 in 970.
I think we give the floor to Knicks fans. I think we just go around the room and
you pull up the stat.
Say where the Pacers hurt them.
Meek doesn't want to.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Pull the fucking stat up.
I'm trying to get it up.
No, you're not.
You're just staring. You're staring into nothing.
Go fuck yourself, Clemmer. I'm muting you.
This is no good. This is gonna be a disaster.
He was just staring at. No
He
one.
was. Yeah.
Anyone hear us?
I don't know.
I'm muted. Everyone else, I believe, can talk.
Okay.
I'm muted too.
Here, I muted you because you're being annoying.
I wasn't being annoying, Meek. I said you were staring off into. Everyone else agreed with me that you were staring off into nothing.
Now you're being too loud.
Well, then you shouldn't have fucked with the levels. Then I don't know what to tell you. You did it for no
Off
reason.
to a really good start. We're handling this well.
Yeah.
Well, our
Once again,
producers is refusing to put up the stats. He's
pulling
so
up
quick
the
when it's
stats.
no, I think he's trying now.
it's his fake tweets.
Oh,
so
yeah,
quick.
Stats that benefit Meek. We
funny.
get they're up immediately. Stats that maybe aren't.
Who tweeted it again?
Oh my God!
You know.
You memorize the internet every night.
No, because I didn't want to fucking tweet last night.
You tweeted a lot last night, though. You
Go
said
fuck yourself.
you said how the next season.
Go
is
fuck
over.
yourself.
Nate
Why are you
Duncan.
mad at me?
Hold
Fuck
on.
you.
Nate Duncan. Nate Duncan is the Twitter.
Thank
Why
you.
am I in the crosshairs here? Like you tweeted the Knicks season's over, not me.
I'd rather see Satan than you right now.
But I didn't do anything wrong. I'm
Yes,
saying.
you existing is doing something wrong.
Right, but you said the season's
You
over.
existing is doing something wrong.
Yeah, you said it already. Everyone heard you. You said this season was over. Though. I'm kind of
Yes,
curious.
I will say how I feel after I pull up the fucking stat.
You-
That apparently I just can't find.
Oh, boy.
Nate Duncan NBA.
Oh, dude, I'll show this one. Is this
So
one happening?
I texted Liam.
Here we go.
I texted Liam the stat. Meek, look at Liam's phone and look at the. And you can look
I
at it.
couldn't. When was that? 11:25 last night. Thank you. That's all I was trying to find.
We're
Well,
back here.
Wait.
When did that happen?
wow, I didn't
Alright.
see that happen either.
I got that Pacers black magic. I can be anywhere I want to
Oh,
be anytime.
That's crazy.
all right.
The
So
fucking
since,
Butler and Mr.
since-
Deeds.
Since
Very, very
let's
There
start
we go. I
talking.
got the stat.
Thank
Yay!
God.
I got the stat. You happy?
You are being. You
There
gotta
we
rela-
go.
all
You
right,
gonna
stop.
jack off to
Relax.
it?
Can you?
Who are you mad at? You're looking at me. I didn't ask for
Be
that.
a normal human. To the
I didn't even
show.
want the
Talk
stat.
about the show. NBA teams were 0 and 970.
Yes, we all know the stat.
Shut up, Meek.
No, they don't. Not everyone
seriously.
does.
Like,
If
do
you
the
were on
show
internet
and
last night,
stop
you know
being
the stat.
annoying. Do the show. You guys
Next-
sucked and lost, bro. Just be a man and you lost again.
I
You
pulled
guys
up the
suck.
stat. I
Yes,
am
but
being
I'm
a
doing the
fucking
stat
man.
and you're like
Ow.
being an asshole about it. Like that's just what happens. It sucks. Bask in it. You guys.
He can
were
give
losers
it.
yesterday.
He certainly can give it. Oh no! You gotta let us do
This
it.
is a bad
made-
side.
this is on us.
This is making you guys look
This
bad.
is on us. We should have made a bingo sheet of like things we.
Yes.
Remember, was like the middle square? I feel like.
This is crazy.
Oh, he muted me again. Unbelievable. Like, dude, I'm doing a show. Like, you don't get to do that. So.
No,
You're back.
No.
You're back.
I'm-
some fucking child who can't fucking hand. You can
I'm the
give it, but
child.
you can't take it. If anyone,
If anyone can ever take it, he can't take it.
you gotta let me talk.
Gotta let me talk.
All right, I'm good.
All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm Chris
I'm
Carter.
too old.
I can't handle him. Meek fella's dominating me. Bye bye.
Meek, you be.
Why? Like, really?
I honestly.
Crazy. He couldn't even handle me.
I think you should.
Big Ev's
stay.
mic's still off.
I tried, but
I think you should.
Big Ev's mic's still off. We like to hear Big Ev.
You know what? I'll do. I will. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm letting the child win.
You are. You
don't-
gotta stay. And this is me.
that
This
level.
is me, and I hate you, but you gotta stay.
No, this is fine. He's gonna be a child. That's fine.
Apologies for not having your mic on. I thought it was on.
I think it's still off.
So
You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
I don't hear you. Ev.
No, I don't either. Why don't you just leave the mics on, Meek?
They were never off.
No, you shut mine off, and by doing so, you
No,
shut
that's
Ev's
not how
off.
it works.
Oh, well, mine
That's
was
actually
off.
not how it works, actually.
All right. How does it work then, Meek?
Well, I press a button and it mutes your mic like this. And I unmute it like that. Oh, it's not plugged in. That'll do it.
Classic.
Phil did it before.
Oh, it wasn't. It sounds like the microphone wasn't on.
There we go.
Because it wasn't plugged in, so it wasn't my fault.
So it wasn't the producer's fault the mic wasn't plugged in?
Shout out Steve.
Steve's the man.
Oh, Steve's
your
good.
fault.
Steve's good.
All right.
Hey.
No, I have a thing for Meek. Meek can give it, but he can't take it. He laughed in my face and treated me like dog shit, which I deserve.
Which you did to me. What, are you going to walk out again and throw a hissy fit?
What? If you don't let me talk, I'm going
Well,
to.
go
'cause
talk. I'm giving you the floor.
You're not. You're talking.
I am giving you the floor to talk.
Can you jump in here?
give him
You're
the
the
floor.
fucking host.
So now you want other people to talk too?
Meek, for a second. Let him talk for a second, and then you can rebuttal. I promise you can rebuttal. You go, Clemma. What are you gonna say to him?
You treated me like shit after the Celtics lost 2 games, which I deserved to because I talked a lot of shit. And I sat there and I gave back. I didn't throw tables. I didn't kick water on sound equipment. I didn't then come in here and try to shut off microphones or just be a kind of a annoying force that was trying to like basically create anarchy or try to create not anarchy, try to like destroy the show or not let people talk.
That's not what I was doing.
What would you say you were doing?
Be myself.
Oh God.
And if you're like gonna knock me for reacting last night to a historic NBA loss,
Well,
then
you
go fuck
reacted a
yourself
little.
for that.
You reacted a little.
That's the
childish.
worst loss in NBA history. I will react how I want to
Worst
react.
loss. In
You can react how you want. You can.
Statistically, I showed the stat. That is the worst loss in NBA history.
Playoff history.
You can react how you want to react,
the
but then
last
people
30
can also
years, whatever.
And you can
also
react
say
too. Yeah, people were saying I had the zestiest crash out of all time. They can say whatever the fuck they want. I don't care.
I don't think zesty's the right word.
Yeah, I wouldn't say zesty.
Well, that's what the comments
I would
were
say
on Instagram.
childish.
little
It was
zesty.
you were a
That's what the
4-year-old.
comments are saying.
Watch it back. I saw the way
Maybe I gotta rewatch it.
The way he hit the chair or the
And-
table in the kitchen was a little zesty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know,
All right.
I apologize to TGA for almost. And
You got to
like,
stop
like,
doing that. You got to stop
Can I-
the producers. You got to stop doing
I
that.
apologize. That was a little too far. And Vibbs did nothing wrong last night. I know I told him to die last night, but
told
that's
him
just
to kill
playoff
himself.
basketball.
Okay,
Vibbs
so-
believed in his team all the way. He did
Bibbs
nothing
actually was
wrong.
tamed last night.
Yeah.
I don't think he was tamed. I think he was just himself.
Yeah, but down.
He
You told him to kill himself, and he sat there and took it because you're.
I gotta
a child.
give Vibs credit.
Yeah.
You're screaming "believe" on a 3 to cut it to 12. You
Yeah.
were in it the whole way.
knows, he's-
But honestly, to be fair, I guess if you've seen how they've come back in the playoffs, they pulled the shit out of their ass.
Did it against the Bucks. Did it against the Cavs.
Crazy.
I
We'll
believe
give
you
you
were going
see
to do
that
it again
stat?
last night.
You see the stat of Haliburton's 12 of 14 with like shots in a
Oh, it's
3-point
12
game.
of 13, I think. It's like literally like
Yeah,
one. He missed
not-
one shot.
Not a single vote
whatever-
for Clutch Player of the Year.
whatever.
Not a single vote.
It's crazy. And
Overrated, actually. That's what they voted.
They voted him most overrated player
Funny
in the
thing is, I'm gonna
NBA.
give the Knicks like a little. Like, listen, they deserve no credit at all. But the little credit is like when they were up 14 with 2:35 left. They scored 6 points.
Yes.
It wasn't like they scored 0.
There are
and they went on
multiple
a
moments where
14-0 run. It was like they scored, but just and even the announcers were like, they can't be trading like threes. Like they have to stop them, and they
Yeah.
did. And then Neesmith was Michael Jordan, was the best player I've ever seen in my life.
there are
Credit to Vibbs, who also said that yesterday. Who said that like
You also nailed the Siakam thing
He
too.
knows ball. Siakam.
In
17
overtime,
points.
you nailed it.
Yep.
Listen, it was one of the craziest comebacks I've ever seen in my entire life. Like even when it was happening, you still didn't believe it was gonna happen at one point, right?
No.
Like normal.
I mean, like
people,
you're a
Pacers
fan, like
fans.
neutral people, no way.
No, and even did I have some doubt? Obviously, when OG kept hitting threes right in our face, it's like, God, we just can't pull it in.
2 of 8 from 3.
But we did
OG
it.
did not play well yesterday.
oh
He honestly had the big
He's a
It's crazy because, like you said, I think I was thinking that's why I saw Dave tweet it this morning. Like it wasn't a collapse in the traditional sense of like
Right.
it was we missed 2 free throws and the OG turnover. Like that was really the like
Brunson. I thought handled the ball. I thought he was.
Besides that's fair.
Arrow.
like
besides that,
I'm
too,
saying more like they earned like they just hit
For sure.
every fucking
It was
shot
an
over
avalanche.
and over
Also
and over
tried
and over.
to turn the ball. Like you did turn the ball over 2 other times and just got lucky. Like Hart fell. That was going to be one. And the one that Brunson tried to throw it off the
Brunson's
guy.
double bounce pass
It's just like-
out of a double team.
There
in
was
the
no
fucking
pacer
backcourt.
anywhere near that ball. It's
Oh.
not their fault. Just like
We were all waiting in the cave for
someone to come right through,
for a
yeah.
Pacer fan, for a Haliburton or whatever, just to come through and have a layup. Yeah, there are, like you just said, there are multiple moments. Brunson has a layup to push it back to 9, I think, and Cat, I think, has a layup to push it back to 7. You're like, all right, well, that was scary, but we'll be okay. And it didn't matter. They came back, and Neesmith hit another 3, and another 3, and it's just like.
And the funny thing is,
and they go up 4 points in overtime.
Halliburton's, yes, that's
scored the first 4 points in OT. It didn't matter.
Well, Miles Turner, I needed 2 points.
The swing that like the
Brunson's
questionable
no
like,
goaltend would have put it 6.
into like it was like a 5 point, and even if it didn't count, just
Emhart's 3.
I do get back on defense. 3.
If I'm a ref, I'm calling that no matter what, just to review it.
It's crazy they don't. Now I'm
But it's so
certainly
bang,
not
bang.
going to
It was
stand
close.
here.
It was close.
I will not.
That's not why you lost.
I am not. You cannot play that was a bad call, and there
I
was
also think
another.
it was a little closer than people are saying.
No,
Like,
it was
call
close.
you
It
can
was
review
close.
because you can't
no, I'm
review it.
saying even reviewing it, like if they reviewed it, I don't know if it's a definite goal. It
was close.
It was definitely close, I thought.
I kind of. You see one replay and you're like, oh, that's goaltend.
No,
I think it hit the board. It hit the board first, but he was like right on it. Like it was
there.
very,
Like I don't know. It was really like it was either like he pancaked it or it was like just off the. It was closer than I thought.
Whatever. There's that, and then there's a play where I forget. It may have been Naismith. Someone steps out of
It
bounds.
wasn't Neesmith.
Okay, so if even that, you can't sit here and say anything about the refs. Like it's just not.
No, the refs actually I thought were good.
And they do miss Obi's dunk.
Obi
He gets
got it
fouled on
in
that.
one,
So
yeah.
like,
Well,
it goes-
what was that?
Oh, his missed dunk.
No, not that. With
Oh,
the
he gets
dunk.
so open?
Why?
Art.
What defense?
Art got so
Mitchell
lost.
Robinson got lost too.
yeah, but that's Hart's guy though.
No, but the way like they replayed
Robinson fucked up on the rebound. Obi's putback
actually-
dunk. Put a fucking body
Talk
on him.
about that in a second. But Halliburton's 2 to tie it. 2 things. One, I thought it was just going to be a wide open layup, like not layup, but like he was going to go for the 2. It was such an unorthodox 3. I was like,
Crazy.
What a stupid move he just.
He's done
made.
that twice.
Do you
Drove
think it was
yeah,
a double
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
Cavs
yeah.
game?
Yeah.
He did it in the Cavs game.
Yes.
And
yeah.
The choke thing.
And Mitch
If
defended
anyone
that
has a
shot.
problem with that, I know it was a 2. He did not know it was a 2. He thought it was a 3. It was the perfect time to do that. I don't care if it was rehearsed. It wasn't rehearsed. Just let him do. That's if they lost in overtime. That's no good for you guys. You guys
Here's the
are
thing.
fucked.
I can't believe that like didn't come back to bite them.
I know.
'Cause that's
Well-
a perfect thing that it would.
Irsay game.
It was.
Yeah,
Mercedes.
Halliburton's 2 bounced up, off screen, disappeared, up to the heavens, and Jim Irsay just get back
We were
in.
talking about it before. Is like when I give you guys credit, Knicks fans, that didn't celebrate right when the ball went up. Because a lot of Knicks fans did. There's a lot of videos out there. that
I've
Knicks
seen too many
fans-
game winners
I
like
know.
that go against.
That's
The Dirk game
experienced-
winner in
That's
2014.
also just experienced streamers. There was a lot of Knicks fans that went like. There's literally viral videos.
saw the
of
one.
them going nuts. And
At Rockville Center,
when we're
Radio City.
watching the Haliburton, like he knew that was going back in.
Yeah, I think you can see me in the stream going, watch the bounce, because
Yeah.
it bounced up
It
perfectly
barely
straight.
hit the net going back down.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
that pure going in.
Yeah, you're right. He's bouncing back, and you see the shot of him, like pedaling back pedaling, and he just knew it was going back.
He
in.
was waiting for it to go in. It was insane. And so a couple thoughts. Mitchell Robinson, I feel like you guys don't, because he's so fucking efficient. He is. I finally realized it yesterday because you guys tell him you jam him down my throat. But he was out rebounding everybody in that first half. Like he was getting off. He got barely any defensive rebounds. It was all offensive rebounds.
He's got so much size. Yeah.
Starting lineup lost us the game because Mitch wasn't on the floor the last
Dude,
5
they
minutes.
That's
the
what I was
moment
gonna
they
ask,
pulled
though.
him with 5 minutes to go, they got cute, and that's when the Pacers.
That's
started
what I'm
to
gonna ask.
comeback.
Why is there like who's the person you got to take out? Because
Hart.
I think
Art.
it is too.
Art.
I think Mitchell Robinson needed to be in that game, and he wasn't. And because even at the end, in overtime, he was playing great defense. Like you need that rim protector. Because I actually thought
Get rebounds. That's it.
You could also just play it, but I feel like OG was awful defensively last night. You could have pulled Mitch for OG.
Yeah.
I
No,
wouldn't have had an eye.
I wasn't able to watch all the games. I was watching Survivor because I do snuffing torches, so I was kind of in and out. I watched the whole overtime, watched most of the fourth quarter, but the first. So, who was on Siakam though? Because Siakam was kept in check.
I don't.
OG
Siakam
was
So did he do a
early.
good job there?
OGO did what?
on that defense. he did.
Siakam
There's
scored
switches
whenever.
now.
Yeah.
Siakam scored on the switch whenever he'd get like Hart or like I don't know, like Precious or not Precious, Deuce McBride on him or something.
A lot
like
of
that.
these Smith threes were wide open because it was cat and drop, or like there were switches. No one was rotating. Like
I will say that in defense of Cat, he was +9. Every other
Cat was
Knicks
good.
starter was -4.
That was good.
Cat was a monster
Cat
last
was
night. He
really
hit his
good
fucking.
last
He had
night.
30 points. He had his ladder for me, but I don't care about. But like,
no, he was great last night. Like the weird thing was Miles Turner started off hot.
Whole team did, dude. They
Yeah.
were 8
Oh, I know,
for
but
8 or
Miles
something.
Turner-
They didn't miss.
Miles
yeah.
Turner had 11 points in like the first 5 minutes. Yes, I did have him for 16 points, and he had 14. Regardless, for 9-1 parlay. Regardless, that's not what I'm mad at. It was funny, like when they did take him out at the end of the game. That's kind of. I mean, I think it was just crazy because Neesmith was going, but like he didn't play for the last 7 minutes.
Right.
And then he did get He was the one that blocked that in overtime as well. I don't know. It was just one of those like holy shit games. Ed, what is your kind of thoughts on a lot of stuff that went down? Is there anything that? Listen, I think the last 2 minutes is like that's just. I almost think the Knicks are like, let Neesmith hit a couple threes. It's fine. They're not.
No, they just played not to lose. Like it was a weird. Like it was. Like I said, it wasn't a collapse in the traditional sense of like there were clearly mistakes that were made, but they just also went like just berserk. I don't know. It's so weird. Like I spent the last, I feel like whatever it is, 10 hours like crashing out, and then the last like hour and a half I've been trying to like on the Uber here. I was like trying to find like some peace and be like, we played a lot better. Like we played a good game outside the few minutes. Like I still think we're better. We won the series that we had the choke the last time. Like I'm not just like punting the series because we had like a brutal collapse in game 1. I won't do that. I was like ready mentally. I was doing that. 12 hours after I found a place, I'm not doing that.
So you're not saying the series is over?
No, it's not a.
game.
This game 2 is a must win.
I think we win game 2
pretty close.
pretty handily. I don't think we win the series.
So you think we lose the series now?
I don't think
we,
we
I
can
said
come
you think
back
we
from
lose
that loss. That's
Yeah, you
just
can.
how
Yes,
I feel.
you can. We came back from the 1-9. Like you like these guys are pro athletes. If you think like this
one
group of
game,
guys, like it's one game. Like these.
That's outrageous.
You think like a
You can't
Jalen Brunson led team is
You're
going
better
to
than
Thing is,
that.
you can't let
Gonna
one
just,
game,
like, roll
you can't
over
let one
and
game
die?
turn into 2.
Peak, that you're better than this.
You can't let one game turn into 2 because the Celtics blew game 1 last series and then it turned into 2 games.
No, that's true. Like
but
game
this
2 is now must win.
this
You can't go down 0-2 at home. It's now a must win.
This
100%. Like
this is you can tell in the first quarter next game if how the Knicks respond. They should respond winning by 30 points. If that's how you see that. If this game's close, I'm nervous as a Knicks fan.
I'll say this: every big game the Pacers have, they have a hangover the next game. Like the Knicks definitely have an opportunity to
game 2
to
Knicks
kick
are
their ass in game
-6.
2.
Well, the Pacers already did their job. You know, like all you need to do is take one away.
100%, yeah.
So they already done their job. If they lose, like it's still like Pacers have the advantage. It really is. Like
Yes, the
Especially
old
like
cliche.
that.
It's not a game until the road team
100%.
wins.
Yeah.
So
and-
that was an epic choke job by the Knicks, right? But they still scored 35 points in the fourth, which is crazy.
I looked. I think we scored.
yeah.
We scored.
And these
people
We
are
scored
saying.
14 points in the final, like 450.
And they scored 10 in overtime, which I know isn't a giant number. It's not a bad
14-0
number.
run without Brunson.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they won.
That's when I thought we locked the game up. They like them going in
That
that
was
run with
weird.
Brunson on the bench. I was
That
like,
was
this
weird.
game's over. I was
Brunson
And you
on the
don't
bench.
second guess putting him back in because he's Jalen Brunson. Of
course.
But it's just
But I will say it was odd, like how. Obviously, Jalen Brunson, you're playing. I'm never gonna say like they're better without him. That's stupid. I'm just saying that was an odd like run they went on without him.
well, I'd say he's not the
They
best.
got hot.
He's not the
They
he's
started
not
playing
the best-
basketball
He's
instead
also
of acting.
He's not the best defensive player in the world.
No, he's a bad
They
defensive.
picked
player.
on
That's what I'm
defensively
saying.
a lot last night.
That's the change.
No, I
He's
know.
a way better defender than
He
him.
doesn't get called out for that a lot. I feel like.
He held his own for the most part in the Boston
He
series.
did.
You got to put him back in there, Mike, because if he didn't,
No,
they were
no,
having a
I'm
whole
not
different
saying
discussion.
that.
No
today
one's
about-
saying-
No, I'm saying he
one's
doesn't
saying that.
get called out for.
But you can
defense
see
a
there was
lot.
a little disruption in the rhythm because that unit got it going. They were like, all right, we're going to put Brunson back in, and things weren't.
Josh Hart didn't do much last night.
No.
Right?
One
He
field
scored.
goal in the second
He didn't
half.
Get your
score. He didn't
props.
score in the second half. Yeah, he had a bunch of rebounds. He didn't get the double. He had 8 points in the second quarter. Never scored
This
again.
is the only stat I honestly think that matters from last night. They were 28 of 40 from the free throw line, and only 2 of those misses were by Mitch.
What were the Pacers from the free throw line?
They
'Cause
missed 7.
Yeah,
So
they
you're
didn't shoot
missing
well either.
12 missed
even
free throws
missed-
to 7 though. That's.
I mean, yeah, of course. But
Brunson
still,
was even missing
Pacers
some
shot like
too,
shit.
Which I was like,
Brunson was 12 of 14. Cat
why
missed 9 of 11.
Here's
Of course,
why
like,
I
he
feel
missed one
fine.
at the end though. Like hit the OG miss and a Towns miss.
Yeah.
ended up like being the difference.
This is why I feel fine. For the Pacers to win that game, and they absolutely deserve to win the game, they started, 9 for 9 from the field to begin the game, and then they end the game with the Naismith flourish. And the Knicks scored like we're talking about in the fourth quarter. I feel like the Knicks still
I think
feel
you're
fine.
crazy
That-
to feel fine.
That is a
I
I
good.
think you could.
I don't feel good.
Well,
feel fine.
I think fine's crazy. I'd be concerned.
That being a
think
game
the
one,
word-
like if that's a game 5, how game 5 ends, I'm crushed, devastated. And I was, to be fair, but like I woke up today and like, all right, reset, win game 2. The spread has. It's not like the spread is correcting itself. It's actually higher. The Knicks are a 5.5 point
because they know
favorite.
how much of a must-win
Right,
it is.
but I'm saying like I would have some doubts if it actually dropped like 3 or something. Now, the one thing it's going to correct is the over-under, obviously, because these teams are not going to play much defense. But the fact that it's already 5.5, I feel pretty confident that they come out in game 2 and take care of business. And then they were winning on the road all postseason leading up to this, so they can do it again.
Indiana's a different beast, though, than Boston or on the road, though.
Why?
What?
But the Celtics are a better road team than home team this
Okay,
year.
I'm talking about crowd-wise. Like, Boston is...
Does that matter
I
to
don't
these guys,
know.
though? Like, these guys are
No,
these guys are
I
NBA.
think it could matter.
These small
I
market
don't think it
cities have
matters
the
a
most
ton.
loyal
Matters
fans.
a
Like
little
Indiana's a
bit.
lot different.
Pacers
than
have a great
Boston.
home court,
Yeah,
but
it's
I don't
not
think
even shitty on Pacers. I'm just mean like, or the Knicks. Like, I just think these guys are like pro athletes. Like, these guys.
Your role players always play better at home, and I thought the Pacers bench didn't play that great last night. Like
Didn't.
they were,
Nembhard-
I thought the Knicks bench was better.
Nembhard
Whenever
shot like two shots, I think, the entire first.
he
game.
showed up in OT, yeah.
He hit that corner 3. I was like, oh my God, he's in this game. Because he actually, like, you didn't see him. But I love Nembhard is such
Again,
a
that's what I said. He
gamer.
kind of disappears against the Knicks. Like he's just.
That Pacers performance is so replicable, though.
But he's
I
just
know it,
hitting 9 threes.
What?
Yes.
Meek. No,
You
Meek. No, it's
okay?
Meek is like, yeah, this like
What's
drug
replicable?
Together, man.
This
Neesmith.
guy's like that's like
other,
no,
Yeah, no.
other than a
What about what Aaron Neesmith did at the end of the game is replicable?
It was
other
a
than
one
what
in
Aaron Neesmith did, like
well, other than that, they were
Haliburton going
15 when he started to do that. So,
There's a
talking about.
0.3%
I'm in a
chance
bad
of
mental
them
state
winning.
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we
I
know.
need like
0.3.
I'm in a bad mental state. I need therapy. I just
Therapy.
Hey,
that's
hey,
clear.
it takes a big man to admit that. That's a big
Yeah.
man move, Meek.
Are you gonna seek out help?
no, I'm just gonna tell you to go fuck yourself.
That's good.
That's my therapy.
Yeah, no,
Can I ask,
Neesmith.
why are you taking it out on Clemmer?
Yeah. What did I do?
Well, I'm
Clemmer's been fine. I thought he'd be way worse.
No. Honestly, I'm gonna say I
I
came
thought it'd be
in.
way worse.
I came in
No, we
here
have-
thinking I was gonna have to play like hardball. You guys have actually been like nice. about
nice.
it.
Oh, yeah, what's your
No,
fucking problem?
I'm giving
You have
you credit,
38
you have.
minutes, though. If he
You
could
have,
turn.
you have.
I'm sorry to get mad. I'm not mad. Like,
No. I appreciate it. I
you-
came in here.
I deserve
I
shit.
calmed myself before the show because I
Yeah.
came in like ready, like I was gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm mad
Fuck you and
because
fuck you. Yeah.
There's news about Chris Clemmer that he hasn't addressed yet.
I don't know what this is. Well, that's tough. You got, it's you never
87%.
87%.
Oh my God.
No one wants to
I-
play for your shithole of a franchise.
I will say we are 18 and 30. We have some work to do. That's true.
You have any
Cringe-worthy
response?
movie reviews. All right.
Oh no.
That's
Negative
Getting
aura.
personal.
nice, Meek.
Oh,
What a shock.
I was gonna believe me. My first thought was to come in here but I was like, you know what? That's a loss that you have enough on your own.
That was a strange intro to the
Yeah.
show.
Knicks
That
fans,
that was a lot.
all my group chats, like it's been out. Like everything is out
I
there.
didn't
and
text in the group last night. I said, you know what? Let the boys. If anyone did that to me, like the Yankees, I'd be very upset.
I've
About
not
this?
answered so
You
many
know, I
group
was on
chats.
high alert too. I had 2 Celtics friends who one ghosted me after the game, who sent me a text that infuriated me. Ghosted me after the Celtics series, and I had another one who actually at least like responded when I was like talking shit to him, and he just like sent me a little like a smiley face, and I wanted to punch him.
That's pretty funny.
So I got 2 of those. I was like ready. I was like, oh,
There you
Celtics
go.
fans are gonna come out of the woodwork right now, and so I was on like full alert.
Also, the Celtics fans in my mentions, it's like, oh, you won your second round championship versus Celtics. Like, yeah, sorry, I celebrate wins and I
Well,
feel good. And sorry, losses make me want to kill myself.
Can we say one thing?
You gotta stop saying it.
You gotta stop saying the kill
Sorry.
thing. You gotta
Get
get
us
Sorry.
in trouble.
Maybe
Unalive.
want to like,
Unalive.
Lay down on,
maybe
on
not want to be happy.
7th Ave. Yeah.
Make you
I will
sad.
say, speaking of roads, this is proof how just ridiculous the Knicks are right now. Like street signs after you won a second round. What are we doing? What are we doing?
We just love our.
This is
I
no.
don't
That
know.
is the most
You
pathetic,
could wait to the championship for that one.
unbelievable.
I don't
I mean,
mind.
like, it-
I
All
like
right,
it.
so
I
now,
like
see, this is where I spoke too soon.
If it, yeah,
Oh, that no,
yeah.
that is crazy. Win or lose last night, that is crazy behavior.
If it was something they did every
think
season, I'd
Dylan
understand
Wright
it.
deserved
But
this. Yeah.
What's that?
You think Dylan Wright?
Yeah, I don't think so. Like,
I don't hate it
make
that
fun of the
much.
Jets. You want to make fun of the Mets. We've never done that after an LCS appearance or AFC
We
championship
get
appearance.
excited.
You never cared as much as we care.
That's just dumb. That is the most loser behavior I think I've ever seen any
we
team
just
do.
we just care more.
No, if that was anybody else, you would be going crazy. That is the biggest loser behavior move I've ever seen anyone do.
When the Mets win a playoff series this year, I just want Clemmer to sit there and clap and like no celebration.
I'm not gonna
I
put up
wanna-
street signs.
I just want to be like, you know what?
But yeah,
good job,
I didn't put up a
business.
No, I know. But you guys should be shitting on
I went
that.
out there to like 11th and 7th and threw a Brunson sign up.
But you should be shitting on that, not defending. You should be like, that's embarrassing.
I mean,
admit it.
No,
I don't
think
I
it's
wouldn't say it's
embarrassing.
That
embarrassing.
is
You
humiliating.
know that's not.
No, it's not.
That is the AFC
No, it's
finalist banner with the
hey,
Colts.
hey,
it's not.
hey.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I think the street signs is worse.
Street Times is worse. I agree with you, Vips. The Street Times is worse than the AFC finalist
I
banner.
don't even know. Is it even done by the team?
The day after Jim Irsay passes, you bring up the AFC finalist banner. You are a bad person.
No argument here.
Was it done by the team?
Yes.
No, no. That's Eric Adams. Oh, that's an unserious.
I just did like
our sweet unserious mayor.
They're like humiliating.
Is
like,
it actually?
Relax.
I would think he has to.
No,
say that.
it was by Eric Adams.
Yeah.
Oh,
wasn't the
I'm
team.
sure it probably. I mean,
It wasn't the team.
It was 100% Eric Adams.
Yeah.
So the team had nothing to do with it?
And honestly,
It's
if you're
the
going to
mayor,
sum up
yeah.
Eric Adams, it's probably
exactly-
That's a
that's
good way to
at
sum
some
up Eric
point.
Adams.
Honestly, it's probably one of
You
his
guys
best
should be mad at
ideas.
Eric Adams for making you guys
Well,
look
we're
bad.
mad at
Eric Adams.
I just don't think it's like a big deal. Like I'm just.
Oh
like,
no, Al, that's such bullshit. If that was anyone else, you would be fucking
No,
making fun of
but
them.
no, I wouldn't say that's.
That's bullshit.
No, I wouldn't. I'm the guy that's
first
like
one.
throw field storming. I would say that very aligns with like my general.
No,
thoughts
your
of
whole
celebrating.
you love to mock the if the Mets did that, you would be we'd never hear the end of it. That's such.
I don't think
fucking
so.
bullshit.
I don't think I would.
Can I say something? It's really mean that me and Ev, in a 7-month span, had to deal with the Freddie Freeman Grand Slam and that. You know,
Ohio State lost to Michigan.
that too.
Thank God I won a championship. I wouldn't have came in.
I don't have a championship.
I wouldn't have came in.
The
today if
Knicks,
that
the
was
Knicks was definitely the worst out of all.
I don't know if that's was it worse than the
Yankee-
Freddie? Well, the World Series.
It was the most. It was by far the most
If we're
improbable.
gonna be honest,
I think the game 5.
Yeah,
era.
way more.
But also, that was the fifth inning. Like this was. The
fifth inning was
Oh, no.
Game
I'm talking
one.
about Freddie Freeman.
I thought you were saying the game
I'm
5.
talking about they lost legally on that pitch.
I know that they lost, but like that is like
Game one,
if
World
we're gonna be
Series.
completely honest. Like the Dodgers were just better. You know,
had
like
the game won.
I know, but that's
In and out.
game one. Like you just lost.
Extra pitching.
You also, I think.
I don't want to think about it. I'm
yesterday
getting
was-
PTSD. I can't think about it.
Yesterday was worse because
We got a Martian Grand Slam walk-off last night, thank God. They're like,
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
like-
some semblance
like
of
also
okay.
like let's be honest, Juan Soto's not putting the bat up his shoulder.
protesting.
Mets won last night. Don't care.
Yeah, the Mets won.
Oh yeah, you don't care.
Protesting.
Wins or wins. Don't troll.
Winning in spite of him.
Wins or wins.
What do you have to say for your actions last night?
Ellinger is a
Are
higher
you,
OPS
are you
than
sad
Soto.
about them? Are you regretful of some of the things you did? What's your
No, I'm not. No regrets.
no regrets?
No regrets.
Zero regrets.
Well, you said the TGA thing. You said that you were apologetic about.
I apologize. That was the one.
I think we got to stop
like,
breaking things. That's probably. I would start there. I would
Yeah.
just-
I also didn't know that was Vibbs' water bottle either. I just saw a water bottle on the floor. I
think
just
we
looked-
should
I was
stop
looking for
breaking
things to
things.
Also,
throw.
like storming out of the stream, like you
stop
can't do that. Like, you don't think you think I wanted to be there when they lost? You just
First
got to sit
off,
there and
I
take
didn't
it.
Storm out. I was still on camera. Like
No, you weren't. You walked off camera.
There was a
I was
phone-
watching the
You weren't
stream.
on
there were
Travi was filming a bunch.
Chat-
if you were watching,
Yeah,
But if you watched the stream, you couldn't see you.
you watch
Very
the
much
stormed off the
stormed out.
stream.
Very much stormed out.
It's the definition of storming out.
Fucking
of the-
child. Like you got to. Like I didn't want to sit there but you
Well,
got to
that's
take
how I
it.
react. I'm sorry.
What?
Nah, me,
Tell
the
her
original. Stand on it.
Yeah.
Stand on it.
Well, stop breaking stuff.
Just stop breaking stuff. That's really.
Don't storm out.
mad.
You're on. People want to see your reaction.
can get
Good or
mad.
bad.
They saw my reaction. It's gotten views. So I mean, I don't know what the big deal is.
Just don't break things.
I
think
didn't
everything
break
else is-
anything other
Yes,
than the
you did.
chair.
Would you say?
It was already broken. He'd already
And
broken.
don't threaten to like that people should hurt themselves. I know you're kidding about it, but it's just.
I think if OG made the free throw and it was a 3-point game and Haliburton hit that shot, he was doing the choke thing, or was it
Yes,
only because he
yes.
thought he won it?
No, it's only 'cause he
ooh.
I think it's because he thought he won.
Could
Could
He
you
thought he
imagine the Knicks are up 3 and he thinks he tied it in the choke and it was really a 2 and the Knicks had 1? I don't
Oh,
think
that.
right.
I mean, that would have been like the greatest thing ever.
Greatest thing ever, but I don't.
That if that had
Never
happened,
lived that down.
and it ended like that, like we win by 1, I would have rather maybe that than just winning by like 20.
Yeah, this
that would have felt.
This
oh my
coping
God.
has got to help.
That
This
would've
has got to
just-
help. Just making up these fake scenarios. That's gotta help. Yep. I love it.
All you can do is smile and laugh after
Actually,
that.
I'll be honest.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yesterday it made me like Haliburton so much more. The way he talked about it after. He also is very much online because in his immediate thing after, he was like, "Listen, I was not would have not done the choke thing if I tied it on a 2. Second, he goes, I was not because everyone would have said I was aura farming. He said aura farming
I saw that.
on it, and I was like, he's online
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, he's a 25-year-old kid.
No, I
Of
like
course
it.
he's
No,
on
I
that. Yeah,
actually
yeah.
liked it. I was like, because also everyone's like, oh, what a loser he did. I was like, no. Like, I think, first of all, that was cool.
So-
That's what sports are about.
He probably didn't sleep last night. He was just scrolling until like 4 in the
And
morning.
then if he lost that game, this whole series is Knicks are sweeping him, I think, because like the way he did the choking. If they lost in overtime.
He would never live that down the rest of his career.
100%.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
the
Now
way
it doesn't matter.
Follow him forever.
if the
Now
Knicks
the-
had won an OT, they might be like minus 1,000 to win in 4
Even if
games.
the Knicks win this series, that doesn't matter.
Oh, what does it matter?
Like him choking. I don't think that comes.
No, Reggie Miller.
The Reggie Miller choke.
no.
He did it, and people think that's an iconic moment. We lost that series,
yeah.
but no one remembers that we lost that
remembers
series.
And if the Knicks were to win this series,
They asked-
no one remember the Knicks would have
They
won it because
asked
of the choke.
Towns.
100%.
They asked Towns or Brunson about, like, the similarities of Reggie Miller. They lost that series, but and they were kind of brushing.
They
it
don't
off.
care
They're
at
like,
all.
this is we
Isn't
don't
that
give
like
a fuck what
Buckner?
happened.
Like didn't they lose the series the next game?
Yeah, that was
Like,
game.
that wasn't
Marty,
like
they had the lead in 6th inning of Game 7. And they
Yeah,
blew
that
it.
wasn't the reason. Like they obviously there was a bad loss
Right.
for that, but like that wasn't the.
No, that wasn't the
reason.
deciding game.
Yeah.
Same with like the Carlton Fisk home run, like when he waves it. That was
Yeah.
only Game 6. Like it's
Yeah.
funny how some of the most important moments were not the deciding game.
Yeah, 100%.
So I just want to get a temperature in the room. Vibs, your prediction. I'm sure you said before. Pacers. You still like the Pacers to win the series?
Yes, yeah, I'm supporting them. I think they lose the next game, but I think they win the series.
And Hubs, where are you? You still think the Knicks win the series?
Yeah, it just maybe pushes to 7 now. I didn't think it was going to go 7, but I still could see them winning in 6. I don't know why.
You're
I
really confident.
No, I
I'll
just
be
feel
honest.
fine.
I've never, especially you. Oh, and that's your opinion. I'm
Yeah.
fine with it. I'm just saying that's wild.
But I think it's because we saw what they needed to win. Like I still wholeheartedly believe we're the
I
best.
don't think they
Can
can
I,
cover.
can I say something right now?
Like,
With
they had to hit
the
8
Celtics
threes in a
game,
row to
right?
end the game.
Like the Celtics played pretty bad too, and they were probably thinking the same thing.
No, it's very similar. We're literally in the Celtics' shoes now.
Yeah,
of
they were
last
probably
series.
thinking
We're
we've
like,
been beating the shit out of the Knicks by 20, and they keep having heroic things, and then it just they never came back.
I guess my confidence stems from I said going in the series, I don't think they can guard Brunson, and I still don't think they can guard Brunson. Brunson got pretty much unless Naismith was on him. What?
And Cat. Like,
Yeah,
you
for
can't
sure.
guard Cat.
But with Brunson, if Naismith isn't on him, he can cook everyone on that team. Everyone.
who was on him at the beginning of the game?
Neesmith.
It was Neesmith.
Yeah.
He was even cooking.
And then he got Naismith in foul trouble, and then
He was bullying somebody else. Like, he was-
Probably Nemhard.
Nemhard has no chance.
But he
against
was
him.
Nemhard
like-
just doesn't have the size. Like
Brunson
Nemhard
was,
is.
like backing him down.
Yeah.
I've never seen Brunson back down.
Because he just knows he
backs
can
down
beat
the
those
guard
guys.
because they always put bigger guys on him because he does that.
So that's my
Point
confidence.
guard on him,
That's
he'll
really
back
where
him
it comes
down.
from. Is like I think our best player can get whatever he wants against this team. Whereas in the Boston series, we weren't relying on you needed other guys to really step up there because they were doubling him or whatever. And maybe Pacers start to do that. But Towns looked very good last night, so I'm gonna have confidence in my two
I
best
wanna
players
push
that they
back
can win the series.
on you a little bit because you kind of were saying the Pacers didn't play in a great game either. Like you were saying, they started off good and like they had a crazy comeback in 5. They had to have a crazy thing to happen, but they didn't play that well.
Haliburton played pretty good from consistently.
fine.
He
Like,
Airballed 3.
did.
fine.
That's gonna happen. He's gonna take some weird shots.
Brunson had a huge airball there.
But
in
I
crunch
think
time.
that Siakam could play better. I think that Nemhard, like if you look at his stats, it was a great game for him, but he didn't play great during the whole regular, like the 4 quarters.
I think that is what you're getting out of Siakam for the whole thing with OG on him.
That's fair.
But I think Haliburton could play better. The bench is what I think could play better. Matherin was eh.
Yeah, he was
Obi didn't really. Obi played great down the stretch in OT. Had some big stops.
That dunk was not talked about enough. It was a sick dunk.
Yeah,
They got fouled.
And then
They got
TJ.
mauled, actually.
TJ was meh.
He was
The
fine.
bench didn't do what they normally do.
Yeah.
I think the Pacers can play better. Like as a more complete game.
No, of course.
They're never gonna do what they did like with the last
And to
whatever.
be honest,
It's
End of the
Naismith
fourth
going
quarter.
8 for 9 from 3. Like that's just not gonna happen. If
Right.
if that happens again,
I'm
God
saying
bless
whole
him.
enchilada.
What are you
The
gonna?
Pacers can play better.
Yeah.
The Knicks I think can play better too.
I want Mitch
Brunson-
to play more.
I mean,
21
Brunson-
minutes is.
Brunson-
I think Mitch only playing 12 minutes is crazy.
Mitch just got to play 30.
I
You got to
think-
get 30 minutes.
I liked he came in the game. They checked him in like only 5 minutes in the game. I loved it.
I was like,
6
whoa, all right, we're getting new Mitch.
maybe
minutes.
7. I think the
They should-
5-minute mark in the first.
It was
quarter.
early.
Kept
It
him
was.
in longer.
And,
3 offensive rebounds like on the first
he was incredible.
minutes, and then all of a sudden they just didn't play for a while.
And he was really good in the third quarter. He's part of why they had that big lead, and then they just kind of went away from
It was because Towns a good fourth quarter, so they just kept him in, and they should have switched.
I want to close with Bitch. I would want to close with Bitch. That would be
Even
my-
Brunson last night, he scored over 40. He made 1 3.
The thing that worries
Yeah.
me most.
He hasn't been shooting threes. I feel like
He wasn't against Boston.
A little bit. Like obviously he hit
Not
the
as
big.
much
He
as-
obviously
I
hit the
think
big
it's
one
not
against
as
Detroit.
much as you think. You think Brunson's like he's just whapping threes.
He doesn't
tonight.
rely on the 3.
He
But
knows
he
how to
usually hits
score.
more.
It's in there though. He can do it. Yeah.
My thing was Haliburton had a good point too. I thought was the Knicks rely on their starters a lot
For sure.
and they're just trying to tire them out, try and get them up and down the court. Like, and listen, they're very. I don't think the Knicks get fatigued too much, but that's what it almost seemed like at the end because they seemed lackadaisical on defense. They did. They were very last.
I think they got complacent. I don't think it was like a conditioning thing.
Also,
I think they just had it.
I think in OT they seemed shell shocked.
I think they
They're
got
like, how are we still playing?
A little
this
bit,
game?
yeah.
I think they got complacent. They were playing not to lose, but they also the missed free throws, air ball from Brunson. It's like, are they tired?
Also, Cat-
I know they're conditioned and
Regis
they
played
play a ton of
46
minutes.
minutes.
But the
To- to run that
Pacers
pace-
guys played,
He's never sat at
Pacers
all.
guys
ever.
played
To
big
run
minutes
44.
too.
To run that pace,
Or
we're used to it.
What the Pacers do that tires you out is they pick you up full court. Now, like it's not going to create turnovers in that sense all the time, but it's tough to bring the ball up, and then all of a sudden you have only 15 on the shot clock.
The Pacers know they play their game no matter what. The not talked about enough is that Cat had a great look at the end of the game to tie that game.
He did. It was good.
That heart pass to him.
Brunson's he was
Brunson was
more
just
worried
on
about
him.
contact there than shooting. That was on him.
That one it wasn't a great.
That was
look.
weird. But Towns, Towns was straight away.
Towns was like wide open. It was just a bad shot. But like I was surprised that he had that.
No, he should have shot it.
No, of course.
Oh, it's bad shot. It
it was a
just
bad
so off.
shot.
well,
Like,
he executed shot.
barely touched
Okay.
the rim. Like it
When
was.
you say bad shot, I thought like
No.
okay.
I was just saying like it wasn't even like back of the rim. It was just like barely touched the front.
Yeah, he's
of the
missing
rim.
short.
It was wide open. Listen, that's a wild game.
So Hubs is on Knicks in 7. I'm on Pacers in 6. Where are you, Marty?
Right now, I'm still Knicks in 7.
All right. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Ev
I said Knicks in 7 from the jump.
and Meek.
I think it's gonna be Pacers in 6, just because
No.
I don't think they can win in Indy. That's
crazy.
I have
This is insane.
I have PTSD from last
I mean, he
year.
also said Celtics at 5, so I mean,
Yeah.
So you
look,
said
That's
Celtics
a little
win
more
every
understand.
series.
Like
Knicks in 7.
but like,
But
okay.
you said the Celtics going to win.
It's just I have
We'll put it in here.
PTSD. We couldn't win a playoff game there last year. We couldn't win a playoff game in
PTSD.
2013, which doesn't matter.
What did he say?
PTSD.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
And there's going to be one game in the series where we're in Indiana. We start off sluggish. The offense isn't there. And then you look up, the Pacers are up 20. The game's already over.
I think this will be
They're-
2-2 coming back to the
like
Garden.
literally-
if it's
I think so,
2-2
too.
coming
This
back
is
to
sitting back
MSG, I will feel
exercises.
I
confident.
think it's
You
gonna be
feel confident?
Love it.
I won't feel good until we're leading a series.
I think this
If
is
it's 2-2, you won't feel confident?
That's obvious.
Because then you got the home
until
court.
we're leading a series.
If you're winning,
If
anyone's
it goes
gonna feel
2-1,
confident if you're up 2-1.
unless it's 2-1 or 2-2.
If it's
Hey.
2-2 and I'm a Knicks fan, that means I've won 2 of the last 3, and now I have home court advantage. I feel good.
Correct.
Is that crazy?
That's what I think. That's how I foresee this happening.
I do too. I think we win game 2, and then we got to split in Indiana.
Meek, would you call your behavior front runner behavior?
What do you mean?
You know, you're all sad and upset that you're down and you're not talking shit.
That's how I react.
But then you're like, oh, if we tie up, then I'm back. Then I'm gonna talk shit.
I just don't want to.
I think that's front runner Phil behavior.
I can't get my hopes up. I want to believe, but it's if they had lost that game by like 15, I'd be like, all right, whatever. You know what? Flush it down, come back. It's the fact of how they lost, because no matter how deep the series goes, I'm gonna keep thinking back to that game 1 and be like, damn, we let that get away. If it's 3-2 going into game 7, I'd be like, this series should have been over already.
There is nothing worse. Truly, obviously that comeback was insane, but like when you know you outplayed the other team, there really is nothing worse than in a playoff series. Like it's just that really does stick with you when you're watching your teams.
But I genuinely think it sticks with us more than the players, because we're like, we gave it away. I really think
I don't know if I agree with that. I think they still are like
these are
fuck,
pros,
like,
man. Like these guys, like they've
yeah, but they're
lost
still
tough
human.
games.
Where it's like that game. I don't listen.
I just don't think you
I don't
make
think
it
it
to
lingers.
this level getting demoralized off like.
Ev,
one
I think you're
loss.
right. I don't think it lingers, but I think it's still in their head being like, "Fuck!" Like, how
Well, of
did we
course.
let
You
that-
can make a case the Celtics never recovered.
They didn't.
They didn't at all.
And, like they came out, they had some good games afterwards. Especially that game 5 was good, but like they never were able to get their bearings again. Now you could argue the Celtics.
They also had 2.
Celtics also didn't play well in the Magic series.
They also had-
They just didn't play.
They
well.
had-
Again, even they were like even like I forget if it was maybe game 2, like, or maybe it was game. I mean, they had obviously big spells in both, where like they didn't score for like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks didn't have that. Like they
Right.
just like
But
they
the
made
Celtics were up
They made
20 twice.
some mistakes, and then Pacers made every shot. Like
The Celtics were up 20 in the
cap.
first 2 games, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where like okay. So this is why
there's also
the
had more time left too.
Yeah,
Like, theirs
no.
was so like in the last 2-3
But
minutes.
still,
where
you know,
the
you're-
Knicks, it was like almost
a
like the whole
blink.
fourth quarter.
You're still up 20 though. You're still like we should win that game. It's just all on game 2 of how the Knicks.
You guys had the whole overtime
Yeah.
to make up for it. You guys didn't.
the Knicks react.
It's crazy.
But they fought like they were up 4. Then
No.
the goaltend into the like it swung like right there. That was the huge swing. And then obviously Mitch doesn't box out like the Obi like the rebound dunk.
Now you can tell Meek's down on the Knicks right now. He's not wearing he's wearing a lovely shirt. It's a Lindor shirt.
Yeah, it's on the Barstool store. You can get it.
Go get it right now. But it's not a Knicks shirt.
I want to rep the Mets. They won yesterday.
Oh, that's front runner Phil behavior. That's what Vince is talking
Sorry,
about.
that's
That's exactly what Vince was saying.
You know who's wearing
front
a
runner Phil.
Knicks hat? Hub's wearing Knicks hat.
Yeah, the other thing is I also don't want to like get spotted by someone and be like, "Oh, tough loss last night."
You didn't want to get
Like I
What?
just want to avoid
You were
that.
getting noticed?
Yeah.
I wore my Pacers
Oh
hat.
my God! Look.
No,
I wore my
you-
Pacers hat
you, Timothy
outside
Chalamet?
on 7th Avenue last night.
No, okay, but you.
Is this Timothy Chalamet on the show?
happening?
That was one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my entire life.
I think he just meant like when you just walk around New York like with the Knicks gear, people would just talk to you.
That's not like.
I don't think he
recognizing
meant
me
like
as
Meek Phil.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but
What
those
is
are
so
your
bad about
people.
that?
Those are your people.
What's the horror in someone
your
saying
people.
tough loss? Be like, yeah, man, we got to get him game 2.
Those
Real
are like
quick.
you bond with
Conversation
your
over.
Why is that so bad?
It has like some Mets in me because whenever the Mets lose, I don't like wearing Mets stuff because then someone on a train asks me, I was like, "Oh, it's like they're not playing." Well, I don't want a stranger fucking talking.
What
to
a
me.
weird guy.
Oh my God, Meek! That's
guy.
that's a crazy
want
thing you
my-
said all
It's not
show.
like I'm being recognized as Meek Fields. I'm being recognized as a fan.
I'm not gonna lie, I love when like
It happened to me
love-
yesterday. It was awesome. I loved it. Some
I
like
love
foreigner was like,
talking
big
to-
game tonight. I was like,
No,
yeah.
it's good when they win. When they lose, I don't
runner
want to
Phil.
fucking
Runner
talk.
Phil.
Yeah.
Front runner Phil.
You are the
Oh,
worst. Worst fan base I've ever seen in my life.
You are.
All the accusations of the Pacers got.
No.
you.
Don't say fan base.
I do
Hey,
apologize.
put up the street signs.
Hubs
Put
and
'em
Ev. Hubs and Ev. You guys are great.
Actually, no,
I respect
regretful.
you.
I didn't wear the Knicks hat today.
No. Pacers were getting
fine not to wear
accusations.
it.
left and right last year.
I'm actually a huge person in like repping your darkest days. This just went with the fifth better.
No, it's not. I actually love like when the Yankees fans are like on a train and like, we're playing bad. It actually makes me feel better that a stranger's feeling the same way. Not in this office because I'm talking to you and Tommy all the time about the Yankees and we're usually on the same page. When a stranger's like saying Volpe sucks or somebody that sucks that I'm thinking that sucks, feels good, dude. Like you get to like
I love
get
it.
that anger out of the stranger.
Every doorman except for one in my building is a Mets fan. So we all, and then the Yankee fan, we kind of bust balls. But but it's fun to have that kind of, I don't know, like community misery.
Oh,
in a
yeah.
way. Like it helps.
That's what I was saying last night. I went home before the stream, and then coming back, my elevator down, I share with 2 Knicks fans, and we're like, "Let's go Knicks!" They're talking in the elevator. Oddly enough, coming back home at like 11 o'clock, I shared the elevator with those 2 guys coming up, and we were just commiserating, obviously. But like,
It helps, right?
really weird. I live in a pretty big building. It was a very odd coincidence that I just shared the elevator with those 2 people. Anyways, but yeah, it helps
You
for
guys
sure.
Go home together.
Yeah, technically yes. It would appear we did.
We had a fun night.
Also, Mark, you're talking about like Yankees fan like wearing a Yankee hat. A person wearing a Yankee hat, they cannot be a Yankee fan. Someone's wearing a Mets hat, you know they're a Mets fan. And Clemmer would agree with me on that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you can
no,
tell the
we're-
difference.
We're in New York. We're not.
Only because the Yankees is a symbol
I
of
get what you
America.
mean,
We're not
but
in
it's
Paris
like,
or
but,
something.
like it's like we're in New York. If you wear a Yankee hat, you usually.
If someone's wearing a Mets hat, you know they're a fan.
That's
like
true.
no one's wearing a Mets hat for fashion.
That's true. That's true.
But what does that matter?
That has nothing to do with like someone saying. So I think you're not. I think you're being not entirely truthful here. I think you don't wear the Knicks stuff not because a Knicks fan might say, "Oh, that's a tough loss." You don't want other people saying, "Oh, you fucking lost." You don't
No.
want to get shit on.
No, because first off, that's not happening in New York. Like everyone roots for the Knicks.
That's true. That's mostly true. I would say.
I say mostly true.
But there's
I
also-
think you're
but not- no, that's-
you're relatively.
But we're
safe
also
walking
in New
around the
York.
Knicks,
There's
yeah.
a lot of people that just move here for like work, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's a tough loss."
Also, the last thing I want is to have a conversation with a stranger in the subway.
You're crazy. That's like the best part about New York is to like, it's like that's the only
No,
thing
when
that
I have my
everyone
headphones
agrees
in
on.
and not listen to anybody else.
Yeah, you're front runner. I didn't know you were a front runner.
I notice when things are good though.
runner Phil.
He's running around wearing the
runner Phil.
Jalen Brunson.
And his 2 Knicks fans are not sticking up for him because they know that was a bad comment.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, no, you got to rep in the dog times.
You know what is a good,
100%.
Always.
You know what is a good
Always.
comment?
The hat
though?
on. I'm ready.
I remember being in college, and this is at Ohio State where there's like no Knicks, but purposely putting on a Knicks hat after the Oakley incident.
Oh, all right.
Just to be like, I'm here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm right here. Like,
standing on
things
business.
are ugly as hell right now. Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
And that's where literally no Knicks fans at Ohio State. Very, very minimal.
There is a good comment
Gotta
I
have
want
a
to
little
share
bit of
though.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Even when Meek loses, he wins somehow.
So you know what? Good comments.
There you go.
Because that's why when I say Meek, like the crash out on stream, like stand on it. It's real.
I'm a passionate
Besides the-
person.
It's real.
I just don't think. Just don't break. TGA almost had water on his laptop.
No, I don't want anyone.
No,
TGA
we don't
need
is
that.
off limits.
We don't need that.
TGA
That's
off
what happens when
limits.
you break things.
Outs-
You know, like,
yeah.
you can yell.
Outside of messing
crash
with
out,
production
go
and-
for it.
Oh,
That's
crash
what
out's
it's about.
fine.
Just
Even like him walking off the stream, like I'm good with it. That's a crash out.
I don't care about it.
I think you got to stick it
I'm fine
out.
with it, but it's
People
by
are watching.
definition
People want to see
walking
the
off stream.
reaction.
They saw the reaction.
He said it wasn't walking off stream. He actually did walk off.
No, he
Walked
walked
off the stream.
But they saw the
I'm
reaction.
fine with him walking off.
You
stream.
would be okay if Vibs goes over to you and starts chirping you.
Yeah,
'Cause
I have no problem with
If
that.
I stormed off the stream though, like when
The
you guys didn't give you a chance, you guys to laugh in my face, that would have been bullshit.
And we would have mocked you though.
the only
And Vibs
issue-
could have mocked Meek. Like I'm good with that.
The only issue I had the entire Celtics stream was when Pat thrusted his dick in my face after Tatum hit a shot that wasn't even like a game winner or anything. It was a dunk to put him up one with like
Right.
19
Well, why
to go.
can't
I think we
he do-
lost that.
why
Did we lose
can't
that
he-
game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why can't he do that?
Don't thrust your dick in another man's face. I think that's self-explanatory. If Vip wants to scream in my face, he has
got a
every
problem.
fucking
You
right.
screamed and you were screaming in other people's face.
Don't thrust your dick in my face. Dicks are off limits. I think that's more than
Put that in
fair.
a quote
I
card.
think that's
Sounds
That's a
Down
fair
to
rule.
quote.
I'll give you that.
It sounds a little
sounds something that I'm not gonna say. But
I think that's proper cave etiquette. That's all.
extra off limits.
Dicks are off limits.
Zesty, Meek.
Then the quote card with the Jalen Brunson
Yes.
Kevin Hart's dick.
Yes.
Was it Brunson's dick?
Dicks are off limits.
Can I say something that I know the listeners need to hear? There's Pacers merch now, baby. We got
boy.
Pacers
What
merch.
you got?
The Choke 2.0 with Hallie on the front doing it. Oh,
on
baby.
Twitter?
They asked, we got it.
Is it on Twitter yet?
It is. It just went out.
On what account?
Oh, look at him. He's so
I'll pull it
So
up. Do you want
excited
to pull
to
it up?
The,
or
the,
not?
bar, the Barstool
excited
Sports
to pull it up
store.
now. Are you guys speaking of like NBA playoffs?
Oh,
There,
look
go
at
get
that.
the-
What do you
go
think about
get
that
the
shirt, Phil?
Pacers fans.
Actually, cool.
You like that shirt, Phil?
That shirt rules.
The Barstool Sports store, no?
Not gonna lie, it's a good. Our
Good store,
shirt
right?
people
Should
are
blog
very
that,
Good
talented.
shirt.
No
Oh,
comment.
absolutely.
Should blog that after the show.
I will. Absolutely, I will.
guys-
Hey, free John Haliburton. We just got a John Haliburton blog.
Oh yeah, so is it?
I don't agree with that. He's a loser.
No. Spike Lee is cool. Timothy Chalamet is
no,
cool.
Spike Lee's not cool.
Spike
No,
Lee.
Chalamet's cool.
Chalamet's cool.
Chalamet's
No,
cool.
he's
Spike
not.
Lee's not.
Good
How
thing.
about,
to
how about
Chalamet's
fucking
cool.
John Starks last year walking onto the court and talking shit to Pacers players, but nobody bats an eye. These New York Knicks
least
alumni
played,
have
though.
nothing to
He's on the
do.
team.
Get
He's
a
on the
job.
He has a
Halliburton's dad?
Halliburton's dad. He's the dad of the best player on the team.
John Starks is a
Have
car
him on the
dealership.
court?
Queens.
He didn't talk shit. He talked shit.
Go
to
fucking
Giannis.
go to your dealership. People got to buy cars.
Spike Lee, I won't defend. He
Spike
went to
Lee.
the Met Gala instead of watching a
Timothy
Celtics.
Chalamet
He's a
is
scumbag.
Cool.
So no, if you guys want to defend John Starks walking on the court and being, you gotta say John Halliburton's fine.
Who
No
did,
difference.
But he didn't go at. Did he go to half court?
He went
Halliburton's dad went to mid court after a series ended
yes.
and got in his
Yes,
face
he
and
did,
chirped
because
him.
he's not afraid.
the
Of,
best
he's not
player.
afraid of Giannis. Giannis would have turned him to dust, but he didn't care. No, John Starks was just like going past the baseline. While like Hallie's like trying to inbound the ball and stuff.
Marbury gets
That's
fired
who.
up. too.
Yeah, Marbury.
Marbury
That's
gets
who it
fired up
was.
because they usually put the players on the baseline.
Yep.
He gets fired up.
I apologize.
He wants to check in,
Starks.
Marbury. Sometime.
Yeah, no, he gets like real. He gets
go
in.
buy
Good,
a
man. I can give you
Honda
5
Civic
minutes.
from John Starks.
Did you guys see the ratings for the OKC game?
Not good.
Yeah, horrible.
I imagine last nights were really good.
I would imagine this.
You hope.
I think so too. I don't know. This
know
is
either.
a small
I
thing.
would've thought
I don't know if
OKC would've been
Survivor
good.
hurts it. Probably not too much, right?
Absolutely not.
What hurts it?
Why?
I
Absolutely.
don't
What time
think
did Survivor
there's
start?
that
It was a finale.
Finale of Survivor went for the
It's also
entirety
the
of the game.
40th
No.
season. Like it's a pretty.
It's. I mean that.
It's
not for New
crazy.
York or indie fans, but for
You can
neutral
record
fans.
that. You can tape Survivor.
You're right.
It's
Well,
a finale. It's a.
It was
It's not a crazy
You
thought.
also could get spoiled. Like I'm not saying maybe like
What was wrong with
5 to
on
10%
Sunday?
of it.
Caitlin Clark.
No, I think
it's
the
just not-
markets.
Yeah,
Market.
yeah.
I think
That's what I'm
people
saying.
are
I
way
think
more
it's-
intrigued
You
by
guys,
the Knicks.
you guys have
Knicks
this
Pacers
market.
series.
Now, indie, no offense, like smaller market,
Yeah.
it's not going to bring TV numbers, but like
It's
New York
a
does.
rivalry. It's a
It's a good rivalry, but
I mean, it's just the Knicks being
a
in the Eastern
rivalry
Finals for the
that's
first
like-
time in
Knicks
so
being in the
long.
finals.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's
Not as much as a rivalry. Like it's getting to it back to one. We were talking about that today. Like it was one
Yeah.
back in the day.
It's-
Right.
It's getting one last
I
year.
think-
Now it's getting high up.
love
It's not
this.
a rivalry where you're like, I need to watch this rivalry right now.
I don't know. It's getting there,
Oh, but
Marty.
it's coming.
getting
close.
there.
Like
I'm
the
saying
Knicks
it's getting
finally. You could say Embiid because of obviously the thing he did with Mitch and this in the Sixers, but not really. The Celtics, not really. This feels like finally this
I
is the
think it's
Knicks
getting there for
rival.
sure.
When they play in the regular season next year,
Oh, yeah.
those games will be like closely watched.
I
and
said I
obviously the
didn't
rest of
love
the series.
Haliburton saying that he was friends with Brunson, but because I know they're all friends, but I wish he didn't say it.
Your rivals aren't the Bucks anymore. It's these guys.
Yeah, we killed the Bucks. They're dead.
The Bucks are done.
Bucks are in rebuild mode.
Yeah.
But, like Dame and Hallie, I think they do legit.
Hate each
hate
other.
each
Yeah, they don't like
There's
each other.
bad blood there.
100%.
Yeah, that's
I
not
love-
Brunson Hallie at all.
Brunson and Hallie also are like kind of close to the same age, and they're
He literally is like, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm friends with
right.
Brunson.
Yeah, no, they were, I think they're in a group chat and they were
I
talking
thought you
shit
were
after.
just saying that. I'm like, you're not friends with Jalen Brunson.
No. Halliburton said that he's friends with him.
I gotta say, I also love the fact that it's New York versus Indiana. You have like Indiana, what they represent is so different than what New York represents. Like just from everything, from a socioeconomic standpoint, from a what people believe in standpoint. I think it's such a cool American duel.
It's Hicks versus Knicks. That's why it was like so good in the 90s.
Literally
Yeah, it's the
basketball,
East
yeah.
Coast elitists versus
What does
the
Indiana-
grit of the heartland. Backbone
Is
of
America
America.
rooting for the
Indiana
Pacers?
really is something.
I saw something.
If you're a neutral fan, like watching that, are you rooting for the
It's
Pacers?
tough because a lot of people hate Haliburton.
Yeah, I saw a chart that said the entire country's rooting for the Knicks
That's
except
just
for
not
Indiana.
true. And we know that's not
It's
true.
off like Google searching,
Yeah.
which
But I
I
still think
agree
it's
with you,
pretty
Meek.
true.
I
I
think
think
everyone,
a lot of people
Pretty
just
true.
naturally will root against New York and
for sure.
I think that's
general.
absolutely
that's
true.
pretty
Definitely.
interesting.
I also just don't think
Even
like,
the Mets get some of that. Even
I
like
don't
you know what I
think
mean.
the
Like,
Pacers are the most
It's just
likable
where
team,
it's
do
the
you?
biggest media market. Everyone
The-
is like
the
below
small
them in
market
terms of
underdogs.
size. Yeah.
Do you guys think the Pacers are a likable team?
oh yeah,
Really?
I do.
I think they're just like a whatever
I
team.
think they're really
Kind of
interesting.
whatever to me.
I think
think
they're
it-
interesting.
I think they're, of course, interesting. I don't think they're like, oh, I'm rooting for this team. I think it's just like a.
Well, it takes a while to build that up, but they're building it up. Like stuff like what happened last
Yeah.
night, they were like imminently likable. They were imminently rootable. Like you, obviously, I'm biased because I don't want the Knicks to win, but like I had bets on the Pacers.
Why were they likable last night?
Was that?
Like, why was they?
Like,
I don't
Neesmith going off that was cool to watch. Halliburton has a lot of passion, doing the choke thing. That's funny. Like, all right, these guys have personality. These guys are fun. That's how I felt watching it.
People will watch the Haliburton choke thing and think that was corny and predicted and meditated.
Why would the other
that
way?
was a
I'm
lo-
saying
no.
people will think
I liked it. I liked it.
You
There
have to-
was a
you have
lot
to
of
hit it.
there was a lot of like negatives.
Of course, Knicks fans were coping last night. They were so mad and angry. They're gonna
Yeah.
say what they're gonna. Oh, this is.
It
Stupid.
wasn't
this
even
is
Knicks
dumb."
fans though, but I do agree with you. Yes, a lot
The,
of people.
the narrative that Halliburton is lame and is awful is.
I'll tell you this: if Anthony Edwards did that, it'd
they'd
be,
love
like,
him.
the biggest thing
Yeah.
in the entire world.
I mean,
just
Anthony
'cause
Edwards grabbed his dick and told a fan, "It's bigger than yours." Like,
you love that video.
I've been bringing up dicks a lot.
I
today.
did.
A lot of
I thought
dicks.
Knicks were off limits.
And last time I was on.
Yeah,
here,
Why'd you like that? Why'd you like that?
broke
Phil?
his rule.
Yeah, I thought you just broke your rule.
all right, back to the Pacers.
Unbelievable. Broken man.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the ratings because that is really bad. That was really, especially a Sunday night with nothing else going on.
I think these ratings are gonna be good. Even I know I mentioned this Barber thing. They maybe alter 5-10%. I think these ratings are gonna be really good, especially
They
with the game.
should. They should be.
Especially it went to overtime. The ratings had a spike there, and by the time it went to overtime, the Survivor
Wednesday
winner
night,
had been picked.
Like I know Survivor, but like a Wednesday night, nothing really else going
Right.
on besides that. It should be.
I bet the ratings are really good. I think people are interested in this Knicks team.
Of course.
Whether you like them or hate them, they're interesting.
It definitely should.
I'm the biggest Knicks hater, but they're a likable team. Like Brunson is likable. He's
I've said it. I think though.
That's fun to
I
watch.
could
the
understand.
hate 'em or
Villanova
like-
Knicks. They're fun.
I like
Yeah.
the Knicks fans. I liked all the stuff happening, but I could see people hating them.
I just want to get the stat right first. It was Tuesday night.
Oh, it was a Tuesday, right?
Tuesday
Tuesday night,
night,
not a
yeah.
Sunday night, Mario. It was a Tuesday.
Yeah,
night,
Tuesday.
yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Which actually is worse.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually way worse because Sunday you're like, oh, at least it's a weekend. Like Tuesday, you have really got nothing
and
going on.
the Timberwolves were in this Western Conference Finals last year, so it's
With the
basically.
star, like there is a star. There's two MVP
But
and the star.
I don't think the country really rallies around like Shea and OKC. Like, I don't think
don't.
that's a big
No.
draw. And I think that shows.
people-
They
don't
would
know
need
who
to
they
play
are
like-
yet.
They would need to be playing like the Warriors, I think, for this to be.
and
Yeah,
maybe they have
like,
to win a
really
title for them to know who they are. But
Or at
like,
least get to the finals once. I just feel like a lot of people.
People are very upset with Shea winning the MVP.
trivia question: he's the second Canadian to win MVP. Who was the first?
Steve Nash.
Nash.
Yeah,
Bingo.
That was
Good,
too
I
easy.
knew that.
That's a
Yeah,
layup.
yeah.
But that's some people may not know
The
that.
owner of the gym.
Yeah, he was at the Bet Gala.
He was at the
He was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw him walk in,
Yeah, he was.
and I didn't see him again.
He was there very briefly. But
Did you
he
talk
was
to him
there.
at all?
No, did not.
I literally saw him like walk the red carpet, and then I never saw
He
him.
walked it before we all did.
Yeah.
And then I think I was literally like the second or third person to do the red carpet, and I didn't see him.
Well, why weren't the celebrities on the red carpet?
They were.
Couldn't tell you.
Or not on ours.
I don't know.
You had to
I'm
walk
not
it to
on the
get
live
in.
thing, I'm
I don't know. I don't. It was
Jerry O'Connell was on there.
Jerry O'Connell. Pat
At this
Bev.
point, he
It was funny. There was a few.
Going to game 2, he said.
There's
At
a
this
few
point,
random
Jerry
UFC
O'Connell
fighters there.
is Jerry O'Connell a celebrity or a Barstool employee?
It's a fair question.
Yeah, I think both. Both.
Both can be true.
Let's go with some picks right now, and then we could finish it off. Vibs, you have any?
I'm doing the data right now for not to steal Chase thing, but doing the data for game 2. I'll have some tomorrow.
Hubs?
You can pencil me in for. Oh no, wait. I keep thinking today's Friday. It's not.
Same.
It's Thursday.
We'll be back tomorrow.
I'm saying I was gonna do Knicks game 2, but we'll do that tomorrow.
No.
I'm on Cody Bellinger currently. This game's currently happening to have 2+ bases.
Wait, it's on? I thought it was a rain delay.
12:35.
It's first and second right now.
it was-
Goldschmidt, another single.
Oh, you're ahead of my stream. Plus 145. I really haven't. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take the Baltimore Orioles today. Plus 110.
Ooh.
That's stupid.
I
They won yesterday.
my basis. I think
Fuck.
Lucas
Who's the best
Giolito is terrible.
Yeah, you know who's also as bad? Povich.
Povich is bad. Povich is bad.
Hey, what I tell you though, that Mets line.
Yeah.
Telling you, it was also really weird that they pulled Crochet at 85 pitches there.
No.
And did you see the story behind it? How like they decided it was gonna be short, but they didn't tell him.
Didn't tell him. But he said afterwards he's glad they didn't tell him.
Right, because you pitch differently in that sense. But
Why didn't they? Why would they? Why did they do it?
they're just trying to like
Trying to like
ease his arm or
his
something,
innings. He's never thrown like 160 innings in a season before.
which is definitely a concern.
Maybe they should get him there.
Yeah, so I'll take the O's plus 110.
Believe me, Marty. Believe me.
O's plus 110 and Astros plus 120.
Clemmer.
I'm gonna the game it rained out, so I'm running it back. Pick of the day baseball over 2.5 earned runs for Trevor Williams. Good news is it's down to minus 105, and I'm on the Thunder minus 7.5 tonight. I think I'm just gonna keep Thunder and the spreads. I think if they win, they're just gonna win by a lot. So it's close. Maybe they don't win, but
I'm taking the Timberwolves plus 7.5. I'll have a parlay for that later. The Yankees already started. I'm on the Padres against the Blue Jays. I like Kulik. I like him to start in this game. I like him. I'm taking the Phillies minus 2.5. Minus 130.
I don't mind it. Marquez has been horrible this year.
They're all bad. And Suarez is pitching. He has
I really don't hate the pick, Marty, at all.
2.5. You think 2.5 is a lot? It's
No,
not
but
against them.
Nah, especially in Coors Field.
I'm going with the Angels. We talked about the Angels. The Angels are hot.
6 in a row.
And then I'm going with the Red Sox, and I'm also going with the Astros against the McCullers was obviously got like booed out of the
They're playing Seattle, right?
yeah.
So that's help me out, Meek. That's who's making the debut today, the starting pitcher for the
Kirby.
who is
Kirby.
George Kirby's first start of the year. Now he hasn't looked good in AAA, so just be mindful.
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I'm on the Astros.
Also, we didn't
Yeah.
say the Mariners swept the Vetter Cup last week. I don't know why we never brought that up all week.
This is a big moment.
Yeah,
They should. Eddie Vedder is more Seattle than San Diego. I know he's born in San Diego.
exactly. The
Pearl
Vetter,
Jam
the
Seattle.
Vetter Cup it's honestly more important than any series going on right now.
But yeah.
Padres money line starts in like 10 minutes. I'm on the Timberwolves with 7.5 too. I think it just got lose game 1. They fight. I think get a big effort for them today. And I'm on the Canes as well. I think kind of similar thing. Playoffs. Can't go down 0-2 at home. I'll take the Hurricanes.
I'm sorry. I was just watching OG and Carl Towns were really yelling at each other.
I think that's
Oh,
heat of the
no.
moment. I think it's
Oh,
just heat of the moment stuff.
I also do like
not
that
good.
because it shows they care.
I don't think that's anything like of substance. That's just heat of the
Yeah.
moment stuff. They fought
That's
that
just
out.
if you played sports competitively, you know that's just.
Did you? Did you play sports?
I played
competitively?
CYO basketball.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
That's competitive.
Oh, I bet he
sport.
did. Oh, I bet he did.
If
How
Rico
old were
Bosco
you?
was
How
here, you
old
would
were
tell
you?
me CYO
How old
basketball.
were you?
I last played like my junior year of high school CYO.
All right.
Why
It's
isn't he on
longer
the
to
team?
CYO.
Why isn't he at tryouts?
Yeah, why aren't you playing?
Why don't you go to tryouts?
I wasn't good at basketball. I think that's clear.
Would you play on the team if I invited you right now?
No,
Oh, we have a game against.
Why not?
We're talking about, yeah.
Why not?
I'm not good enough to be on that team.
I'm inviting you to be on the team.
I
We
don't
aren't
want to.
good.
I don't want to sit there and be a bench warmer for moral support. Like I don't.
That's not a good. That's
I'd-
front
I'd-
Not a
runner
glue
Phil.
guy. Front runner Phil, not a
I'd
glue
bring
guy.
you down.
You wouldn't bring us down.
I
though.
would move the spread by 2 points.
No, you would. You wouldn't get a ton of minutes probably, but maybe moral support isn't the worst thing in the world either, Phil.
Look-
Like help out the team.
Look what Cam Payne did last night. You guys are talking so much
Yeah,
trash
I'm
about
not
him. He
ta-
came
I'm not
in
talking
and
about
played
that. We're
great.
done with that
A
game.
couple threes.
Yeah, and
It's
some,
so
and
bad, though.
some really bad threes.
He also
so
gave up.
bad.
I don't need him playing again.
Hey, I think the Knicks were positive in the bench minutes.
His celebration after that, and he played so bad on defense, was so funny.
What was that celebration? Was that a grenade?
I don't know what it was.
It looked like he was
He dots his celebration.
giving a little head.
He throws a
Not to
boogie
get me
bomb
too
and
excited talking
shakes
about
his
dicks
head.
again, but
I have a model play from J5. Cason Wallace, 12.5 over PRA.
Oh, okay.
That
All
I
right.
can get
I
behind.
like his defense. He comes in and he just fucking
That I could get
swarms.
behind.
He's on the granite too, Casey Wallace. We traded
Oh.
for him.
He doesn't want you as GM. He was part of
I saw that. It's tough. No, I do want to talk about the game June 9th against Kirk's team.
I can't believe you left the show twice today.
I can't believe my mic was muted twice.
That was
the-
wrong.
Like, what am I gonna do if my mic gets muted?
No, it's fair.
Out of my hands.
Fair, yeah, fair. I'm glad you stayed.
I'm gonna my mic turn back. You muted me again.
I had to do
That was pretty funny.
That's fine. No, I do want to talk about the Kirk because we have our roster locked in.
Yes.
So we're playing June 9th. It's going to be on the Kirk Minahan Show Network. It's going to be New York, Barstool, New York versus Kirk. It's for to honor Cinema Lord, passed away, a guy who was on Kirk's show pretty regularly on the basketball team we played against last year. But we got our roster locked in, I think, Marty.
Yeah. Listen, I want to have Kirk call in. I want to talk about the game because I'm not gonna lie. I watched the game they played.
Yeah.
They got better.
They're better.
Oh, they
I got nervous
and
there.
also they added the Providence guy, right?
Yeah, from Providence is good.
That guy's good.
To be honest, like only thing we're adding this game to our team is I'm pretty sure is Jetski and maybe Steve.
Steve wasn't on the
Jetski's been on our team the entire time. He just didn't play in the game last time against Kirk.
Jet Ski and Steve, but we're losing Gia, we're losing Tommy, and we're losing Billy. But Billy was bad last game.
Yeah, but Billy's a rebounder.
He was bad against the Kirk.
I'm gonna be
Yeah, we had to sit him.
Yeah.
completely honest. Who knows if I'm gonna go 7 of 10 from 3?
I made a few also. Yeah, I have no idea.
Having
Yeah,
Matt,
you played really well too.
Neesmith numbers right there.
There's a lot of doubts. You got to get us. Listen,
They're
what
also
what I'm
playing
doubting-
games we had
What I'm
nothing.
doubting is that our team we haven't talked.
Yep.
We
we're having
haven't,
we're gonna have a team meeting next week.
Because we played last time. That was the middle of our season or right after it, right? We haven't played in
We haven't
months.
played. We haven't played together.
We had a little scrimmage, a few of us.
I gotta go.
See you. F.
No, I'm feeling very confident we're going to do well. But we have a team meeting. The Matt from Providence thing is a wrinkle because he can shoot.
We gotta practice. I think
I think so too.
because I don't want to. We can't.
I'd love to
lose
do a
this
practice
game.
next week.
Can't lose this.
Maybe like an outdoor practice or something.
Sounds great.
We need a rim. We need a real
There's
rim.
a rim out there.
It's a double rim.
No, but that's okay. It's more just about just getting in the feeling of things, the rhythm of things. No, Marty.
No, you're right. It's,
I mean, just playing together, passing the ball, how we feel.
we get the team together.
We got Dana on our team. Is Dana going to be around next week? We don't know.
No.
No. So that's
that one's fair.
it is fair.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
Like
one-
I'm saying, look, it's hard for us
Everyone
all to
else
be in the
should-
same room
everyone
together.
else could be around.
All right.
They should be.
I agree.
Send out a text today, Coach.
I'll send a text. We have a team meeting and I want to do a practice next week. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I need them. I don't.
We have a roster of
I don't-
eight guys, I think. So I'm feeling good. We're bringing Ken Jack.
Yeah. The week before, I'm also out, so that's why I'm nervous. You're out too.
I know. We're doing rat race. You're doing Marty versus, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I know.
I'm a little nervous. I don't want to lose this game.
Can't lose this game.
Can't.
Can't lose this game. I want to honor Cinema Lords, but we cannot lose this game.
I call that I need if that guy plays, the older gentleman,
Kevin from
my
Bristol?
favorite. He is my favorite. I
Yeah,
watch a video of him.
I can't take my eyes off him.
No, I watched a video of him in his outdoor shower.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop watching it. And it was so serious about the team. He's got a great trap, by the way. Hell of a trap.
Yeah.
Second thought, he's in his outdoor shower, basically drowning himself when the water's flying over, just talking about this team. And I couldn't stop. He's my favorite player on that team. And he's on it, right?
It's the Bristol guy.
Kevin Bristol,
Yeah.
he's a nice guy. He's been a Minifan since before Barstool. He's been a Minifan of Kirk's for like 15, almost 12 years.
Oh, yeah.
It's a crazy amount of time.
Yeah, he's pulling his hammy every time he plays for him. He's loving
Yeah,
it.
Kevin's I think quite a bit older than me. I think Kevin's got almost like nearly a decade on me. So yeah, Kevin.
Decade on you?
I think Kevin's in his early 50s.
What?
Good for him.
Yeah, he's trying out there. Yeah, but keep an eye though, and they also added Cinema Lord's brother, who's not bad. So they've made some additions.
Which, yeah, like they have the sixth man on the team,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely right.
Is Mick on that team?
Yes, he is, and he's also healthier now. He has Crohn's, and he was in a really bad spot last time. Now his weight's back up. I guess he's been playing a lot better. They're better than they were last year, guys.
I know. That's why I said I was nervous.
No.
And it's a hostile crowd.
It's a away game.
Good crowd.
Yeah, it's a great crowd, but I'm
It's
just saying
away
they're
game.
against you.
They'll all be against us.
Yeah.
It will help that we've experienced that already. That was a little bit of shell shock. Those first 5 minutes, it was
I
like,
think it's
whoa.
going to be more people this time.
I agree,
Yeah,
but
100%.
like
It was a
We
lot
never-
last time.
Yeah.
it was a lot.
But it's how do you handle those boos? Are those boos cheers to you, or do you let that get in your head?
I'm a big
You
booze
shot
guy.
great.
I'm a big booze
We
guy.
played well. Me and him.
Yeah.
played well.
When the people don't like me, I usually do better.
Yeah.
People crumble.
When
They're,
they like-
they're bringing Gus
This one?
back. We're bringing Bosco back.
Bosco's locked in.
He's locked in.
All right, that's good. I mean, we have a rivalry right there.
Crazy. He's coming from Chicago for that game.
All right, that's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. We are off on Monday for Memorial Day. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Shout out. It's a great show today. Wild show today. It was tamed after.
I think so. I'm fine. He's the one that's acting up. Yep.
I'm pressing buttons.
All right, that's the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Granite stink.